Hey everybody, Kat here. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. It's Saturday morning, and the question that's on everybody's lips is, where's Harry? We're going to look into that and see if we can come to any conclusions. Well, Harry's kind of missing in action. We had 15 consecutive days away from home, from New York to London. Several events, and then he just kind of disappeared. We saw Meghan pop up at a couple of things. She crashed a couple of events in California while he was away, and then people started saying, well, where's Harry? Is he back in California? What's going on? Then we saw the pictures of Harry at his surf lessons at that indoor surf park, something like 4 hours away from Montecito, and that was supposed to prove that he was back in California. But I mean, we know that Meghan does that all the time. Saves photographs to use them strategically at certain times to prove this or that, well, to try to. We usually see through what she's doing, but, she's going to give it a whirl. And I believe this is what's happened. Again, I don't think that the wave pool pictures of Harry surfing were current. So, that leads us back to square one. Harry's missing. Where is Harry? We've heard that there was a house bought in Portugal, and this is one of the more interesting of the kind of rumors going around for several reasons. First, it was said, a holiday home for Meghan and Doria. And then, we're like, why would they buy a house in Portugal? Well, Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank, whom they're close to, or at least were very close to at one time, live in Portugal. Jack is an agent for a luxury community compound. He's selling units, and they have a home there in that development now. So the speculation was in the article that they put in, I think it was in the Daily Mail, they described the community that Jack and Eugenie were living in and made it sound as though this is where Harry and Meghan have bought a home so that they can be close to Jack and Eugenie. They described the property, but they were describing Jack and Eugenie's place. It was never stated or actually verified that that is where Harry and Meghan have bought a home. So that we don't know for sure, or if they bought a home somewhere else in Portugal. Or that if that story's even true, if there's a home in Portugal at all. It could have been just one of those, like, Meghan's going to be the next face of Dior. Just a distraction. We don't know if it's true or not. But one thing some people are saying, why it could make sense. Well, we know that they are close to Eugenie and Jack. We also know through examining the photographs that in the past they have used Eugenie and Jack's son to pass off as Little Archie. On more than one occasion, pictures of supposedly Meghan and Archie on the beach, that was Eugenie. There's been several photographs like that where we're all pretty sure that it's been their child as a stand-in for Archie. Why would they do that? Well, they just don't want to give their kids the publicity. Well, why would Eugenie and Jack allow their son to be posed as Archie? I've always maintained there's no kids at all. So they need a stand-in every now and again when they gotta put a picture out. Why would Jack and Eugenie allow that? Well, there's even, how close are they? How and what is the relationship based on? I mean, we know Jack started out with some interesting connections. He also has Soho House connections, as does Eugenie, as does Meghan, as does Harry, as does Marcus Anderson. It's a small little circle, and could there be something in that shared experience that Meghan can hold over their heads and perhaps say, hey, I need to borrow the kid again? I don't know. But it's not that crazy a thought, because we know how she's blackmailed the Queen and the royal family with all the racist accusations. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that there's something there with Eugenie and Jack. We know her connections along the Soho House and Prince Andrew. I mean, the web just keeps growing, and the more you look, the wider the web gets, but they're all more intertwined. So it's curiouser and curiouser, and meanwhile, Harry's still missing. Last week we had the author Tina Brown come out and just lambasted Meghan in the press, calling her useless, her ideas are crap, she's unsuccessful, she's a loser, and that Harry's been hoodwinked. So where's Harry? He's still missing. I don't think he's back in California. Is he still in London? Is he in Portugal? Nobody knows. But in the meantime, on X, it just popped up on my feed, a person who is a lawyer claiming that he has knowledge of Harry filing for a divorce in London. Which then Harry would be in London. Well, he hasn't popped up anywhere. We don't know if he's staying at one of the palaces. The King and Camilla, of course, are over in Samoa for the Commonwealth Heads of Government meetings going on presently. So we don't know where Harry is. Has he filed for divorce? This would mean that behind the scenes now for some time, there would have been some intense talks and nailing down exactly who gets what and settlements and finances and that kind of thing. Because Harry wouldn't just off the cuff file for divorce without any discussions having been conducted. So we can assume that there's already a plan, if this is true, that he has filed for divorce. And if this is true, they will have to let it out soon publicly. Now, they won't want to do it this week while the king is away at this important set of meetings in Samoa. They're going to want to try to put an embargo on that information, whether the press knows about it or not, or it's true, before a public announcement is made. But now, as we've seen in the past, Meghan may just go off on her own and release the information on her own. And to what end? Well, maybe she'll, do like she's done before, make a statement as if it's fact, as a hope for them to to honor it, to save face, like, oh, the divorce is up and Meghan's getting $500 million. You know, a statement, something like that, right? So then she'll think, well, it's out, so the palace is going to have to do what I say. She's tried that tactic before, and it just doesn't work anymore because people are on to her, right? Could something like that? That's how I could see the information being leaked out, perhaps, her trying something of that nature. We will have to hear something from the palace for sure. Well, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe we'll even, the palace may be facilitating Harry, but it might just come from his desk directly. So it doesn't look like the palace had anything much involved with it. However, you know that if this is true, Meghan's going to try to go after a bunch of money. Now, we know that Harry's inheritance and legacy money, you know, that's in trust or whatever from his being a member of the royal family, that is excluded from what Meghan can get her hands on. It's just their personal wealth that is going to be split 50-50, right? So, and yeah, Harry, you know, 40 million, 50 million, what he's worth, what they've got left of that, who knows? Quite a nice living for just about anybody, but we know that Meghan's insatiable. So if the divorce is, if this news about the divorce is true, we are going to start hearing some financial news soon, and that's going to be something to dig through. If that is true, and he's filing it in London, I think he's filing it in London because they were married in London, and I think that's how you have to do it. Now, maybe he'll have a place in Portugal, who knows? Maybe that's true, maybe it's not, maybe he's just looking for some place. Maybe he was just staying with Jack and Eugenie in Portugal for a few days or something. We don't know. There is so much. But I think after the CHOGM meetings in Samoa, because I think they're going to try to suppress anything until then, I think if there's any truth to any of these rumors at all, we'll start hearing about them in about a week's time. That's my kind of thoughts on things. So I guess we kind of have to wait and see what happens. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. We're in for a wild ride and lots of news, I think. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. I want to know what you have to think about everything. And we'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.